Hi everybody, I'm Bill Jones from the United Way of Wyoming Valley. I am thrilled to be part of the Greater Pittston Chamber of Commerce Reading Day. Today, I'm going to read one of my favorite children's books, and the reason that this book is one of my favorites is because my daughter Caroline was one of the authors of the book. It's called The Line Leader. As the sun began to rise and shine on Thursday morning, Spider climbed down from her web and crawled to her classroom. She was eager to go to school because she knew that her teacher, Mr. Owl, had an exciting announcement to make. "Tomorrow we are having a party," Mr. Owl announced as his class cheered. "It will be a great celebration, there will even be some ice cream." "What are we celebrating?" Bumblebee asked. "We are celebrating some very special leaders who will be in our classroom," replied Mr. Owl. Spider wondered which special leaders would be visiting her class. Spider's friend Cat was especially curious. The students spent the next few days trying to guess who might be visiting. "Maybe Principal Lion will be here. He is a great leader who is strong and powerful." Or maybe it will be Mr. Bear. He leads the Cub Scout troop. Colonel Ant leads the army. Maybe he will be coming to our classroom. Leaders make rules. Mayor Wolf makes sure everyone does what they are supposed to do. "Those are all great examples of leaders, but none of them will be here on Friday," said Mr. Owl. "It is a surprise. Today you must get the classroom ready for our celebration. I have some jobs listed on the board. Please make sure all of this work is done for tomorrow." Spider enthusiastically read the board and wondered which job she would get to do. At that moment, the students began arguing over who would be in charge of each classroom job. Wise Mr. Owl came up with an idea. He would meet with each student to see which job he or she would do best. One by one, he called the students up to the front of the class so he could meet with them. One by one, he asked each one of them what job they would like to have and why. And one by one, they each said they wanted to be the line leader because the line leader would be the best leader of all the students. Finally, Mr. Owl called Spider. In front of the whole class, Mr. Owl addressed Spider and said, "Let me guess, you want to be the line leader too. But is there any other job you would want?" Spider thought about it for a moment. She could see herself as one of the door holders, but she knew she was too weak to open the door. "Horse and gator should hold the doors because they are the strongest. Many animals will have to depend on them, and they're also reliable." Horse nodded and Gator agreed. The class knew that Spider was right. Spider would enjoy being the teacher's assistant, but she was not experienced enough to help other animals. Cat should be the teacher's assistant because he could help other animals with their homework and projects. He is curious and willing to try new things. Cat meowed happily. Spider wanted to be the lunch helper, but she could not reach the lunches on a high shelf. Giraffe is the right student to help with the lunches because he is the tallest. Giraffe and the other students nodded in agreement. Spider thought she could clean the toys, but she knew she was not fast enough. Bumblebee should be the toy cleaner because he is the fastest and most efficient. Bumblebee is always hardworking in accomplishing his goals. Bumblebee buzzed around the classroom and started his job. Spider wanted to be the greeter so she could meet the leaders first, but Spider knew she was too shy for that job. Peacock is the most confident and assured of herself. She should be the greeter. Peacock was proud that Spider chose her. And yes, of course, Spider wanted to be the line leader, but she knew she was too small and someone might step on her. "I have an idea," Spider said. "I think Turtle should lead the line. Turtle is determined and won't stop until we all get to where we need to go." Turtle smiled. All the animals stopped fighting and went home happily. knowing that they would get to help prepare for Friday's celebration. Spider, however, crawled home sadly because there was no jobs left. She cried and said, "I'm the only student without a job. I can never be a leader because I'm too small and powerless." The next morning, the students arrived early to lead each other in getting their tasks done. They worked hard with a great deal of energy. Without a designated task, Spider supported her friends and made sure everyone was doing their job well. Everyone waited for the leaders to arrive. They waited and waited, but no one came to the classroom. Finally, Spider asked, "When are the leaders coming?" Mr. Owl smiled. "You all perform your task wonderfully. You are the leaders we are celebrating." "What about me?" Spider asked sadly. "I'm not a good leader. I didn't do anything. I'm too small." "Actually, Spider, you are the most important leader of all, and your size has nothing to do with it. In fact, you did the most important job without even realizing it. Because of your web of connections, you knew the perfect job for all of the students. You stopped fighting, you helped all of your classmates discover their strengths, and without you, Spider, nothing would have been accomplished." The class agreed, and Spider smiled. A leader's job is to help other people work and lead effectively. Mr. Owl wisely remarked, "You don't have to be the biggest, strongest, or oldest to be a great leader. You could be a great leader by being humble, helping others, and inspiring them to be the best they could be." I hope you enjoyed this story, and I hope you are all leaders. Thanks so much for listening.